before we even start with the tires, quick tools you need, maybe some pliers, super glue, some nice simple green, diluted 50-50 or 100%, and some simple original shop rags. I cut them in half. So for step one, get yourself a little shop rag. We're going to put a little bit of simple green, just a little couple spurts of it. You don't want it to be too moist. And then start with one tire at a time. Go along. You can leave the inserts in there. At least that's what I've been doing. It's worked out well for me. It also prevents you from keeping the foams in and out, and constantly getting the residuals of that foam on the bead that you just cleaned. You go along the bead, clean along the bead. You're going to want to do this for all 4 tires, front and back. So the wheels are a little bit more simpler to clean, because all you got to do is just clean the bead of the rim. So you fold up, use a corner of the towel like that. You're going to run it all along the edge, just like that. Back and forth. I'm going to take you through the process of putting holes into your tires. So I don't have a hole punch, and this is a method I've been using for a couple months now. But if you're tied, if you're in a pinch and you don't have a hole punch and all you got is a bunch of drill bits or a screwdriver or a pen, something of the same diameter, you want to stick under 5 millimeters. That's what I would suggest. That's what I've been using, and I only use 2 holes, especially on these tires. Find a marking, anything on here really. So for example, we're gonna do this D where it says Duratrax. We're gonna run that, and you kind of want to put your hole that's not on the nub of the wheel, kind of in like a flatter space, and maybe a 1/4 inch from away from the outside of the edge. Right around right there. Push it through just a little bit, and then hold down onto that drill bit, and then we're gonna cut just like that. So since these tires have a ton of nubs, they're kind of like the Fugitives. You wanna take back. You wanna just probably gonna end up cutting a couple nubs or 2. And you pull that off. Alright guys, now that our tires all have holes, the beads are cleaned up. You know, maybe after touching the bead a bunch of times and touching the foam from putting those holes, might have to go over the bead one more time with a little bit of a dampened rag or shop rag with that simple green, and just go over it a little bit. Now you want to mount your tires all the same way. You know how we put the holes on the camera? You'll see it on this far end of on the side. So you want to make sure you mount them all the same way, just to keep everything consistent. So what I do, stretch the tire out and then wrap it over and let it come down on the rim. Trying to keep the contact of the foam away from the edge as much as possible. You know, seat that edge on there on both sides. I usually do the front or back first, whichever one, it really doesn't matter. Pull the edge through, pull tire through, all along the edge. And it's all nice and seated. So we're gonna do the same for the rest of the wheels. Alright guys, now that all these tires are seated onto the rims, we're going to go ahead and start gluing. So start with one tire at a time. Put the other ones to the side. You're going to grab your bottle of glue. Where this one's brand new, so you got a brand new bottle of glue, you got to cut the tip off. So get my knife over here and cut that tip off. Careful not to cut yourself now. Boom. Since you want to control the flow rate of the super glue coming out, you don't want too much to come out. You pour too much, It's going to take a long time to let the glue do its job and bond both the rubber and the wheel together. So what I do, I like pinching it close together just enough to where I get a tiny little hole and it's nice and flat. So you still get a little bit of, you still get some glue out, but you get more than enough of what you need. So first of all, you're gonna put the rim and tire flat on the table, and with your left hand, you're gonna pull out and put a tiny dab of glue, a tiny little dot. Let it sit. Hold it for a couple seconds, maybe 2-3 seconds. Then go over. Maybe go over a 1/4 inch or so. Also the same thing, a little tiny dab. Hold it for a couple seconds. And go over a bit. Repeat the process. You're gonna do that until you've come to the other end where you first started. And what I like doing is going all along the edge. On the edges that you didn't put glue, spread it out. Just so you can get in the little creases of it. And then go all around. Just open it up a tiny bit so all that glue that you just spread out can make its way into the little cracks that you missed. So you got about a couple minutes before this sets. Grab yourself a rubber band. I use these regular rubber bands from Walmart. I eventually got Mr. Pete from FRC hooking me up with some nice rubber bands, so I have to stop using these. But for the meantime, this has worked for me, and they were cheap. So you're gonna take a clean cloth and use one of the corners. You're just gonna rub all along the edge, clean up all the excess, just like that. Let it sit to the side. We're going to repeat the process for the rest of these tires. That was all 4 tires. We're going to let those sit for about 15 minutes, maybe less, and then we'll come back and do the other side. Alrighty guys, so after you let your tires sit and dry out for a couple minutes, just go over it, over the edge, make sure there's no tackiness, go over the whole edge, pull it back. Don't pull back too hard, but with enough reasonable force. Make sure there's no spots that are not glued. Just double check that all the way around. Then you flip it over. We're going to do the same thing to the back. I usually leave the rubber bands on there until I'm actually done with both sides like that. This side, the front side, has enough side to cure. So we're going to go to the back side and do the same thing. Make sure you apply that little drop of glue to the bead. The whole edge. Same process. Wipe off the excess, squeeze it together, and we'll repeat the process for the rest of the wheels. Alright guys, now that the tires have dried up and set in for a little bit, you can go ahead and remove the rubber bands, massage it all back into place, make sure the foam gets back into place. I like rolling it around in my hand like that, getting the foam to set. Now that one's nice and flat, you're going to repeat the process for the rest of them. Alrighty guys, now this is a freshly mounted set of tires. See you in the next video guys. Hey guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope it really helped you guys learn how to mount those A-scale buggy tires. Please let me know how it went for you guys in the comments below. If there's anything else you guys would like to see in the future, you know where to put it. Thank you.